Hey there, it's a Faf from a Faf Paintball Field Reviews, and we're taking a look at Modern Paintball Club today, which lies right off of Fall Village in the far north of Connecticut. According to their website, there are 9 total fields at Modern Paintball Club, but I can only recall 6 of them, so I'm only going to review those maps. Made out of shipping containers and barrels, among other things, Containers is a mid-sized map with excellent cover for movement, and a one-room building in the center that is great for both a reference point and a good objective to hold. It's hard to get there, but it provides movement into each side of the map. Suppression is the wooded area above Containers that's on an incline that gives players who use it to their advantage a viewpoint and an elevated shooting point. Sometimes the refs will combine Containers and Suppression, which makes the hill and Suppression that much more valuable. Field of the Dead is a long strip of land in secluded woods going uphill. It has a trench running down a good portion of the map's length, along with small cabins at the top of the hill, and the entrance to the trench at the bottom. Other cover varies from logs to barrels to crates and other wooden barriers. The Narrows is the area directly next to Forest of the Dead and is also, as the name implies, a narrow strip of land. The Narrows has a building at the center of the field, with the rest littered with cover like boulders and plastic crates. The Narrows and the Field of the Dead are often combined for more dynamic gameplay. Blitz is at the topmost area of the field, and is a house with cover surrounding it for defense. Blitz is mainly used for attack and defend, and expanded to include suppression for the attackers. The defenders sit in the house and have to keep the attackers from entering the house. Finally, they have a hybrid speedball field, in which they called inflatables on their website, which has both empty wire coils and the speedball inflatables. Although I did not have the chance to play it, there was a party there and they had that field while we were there. We did get to see people play on it, and it appeared well balanced and symmetrical, with the person in the center of the field actually ending up winning. Before I talk about the refs in the game, I want to talk about them outside the game. One of the people that I go to play with had their marker break down on them in-game. When we stepped out, they actually managed to hook him up with a rental marker that he used for the rest of the time out there. This alone is big kudos for me to the people of NPC. With that little anecdote out of the way, the refs in the game kept the players moving by having fast map changes and keeping the out players in a dead box area that would help discriminate the out from the in and avoid accidentally shooting the out players. They had a habit of being very commanding, but sometimes came off as being a little rough. And again, we were all experienced walk-ons, so they didn't even have to bother holding our hands, so to speak, when we played. There were generally 2 refs to a game, which is good for the size of the fields and the number of players that we had. That and they were both very effective at reffing, so they made it work out. They also managed to keep the games very fluid when we were out there due to the radio communication between the refs that they used constantly. With that said, the wait times were much longer than usual when we were outside of the maps, but that was in part to some of the players taking their time. The rentals were separated from us throughout the day, so I didn't see very much of them and how they treated the rentals, but the fact that they were separated from the rest of us is a good sign. The shot there is in a trailer, so it's humble to say the least. But they have some pretty cool stuff like older markers and smoke grenades, as well as all the basics, paintballs, air, spare markers, and so on, that every place needs. The customer service was fantastic. They were all down to earth and made it very easy to get it set up there. Thank you again for watching my video, and if you want to see anything, any suggestions, please leave it in the comments, and as always, enjoy. This is Faf, signing off.